I'm just comparing again the UFOs here in Smyrna, Tennessee, 2016, and the exact same black ones that appeared during a newscast of a thunderstorm in Stillwater, Tulsa, in US 2017. So let's again, we got this Blue Angels crash 2016, Smyrna, comma, Tennessee, TN. It's had 2 million views. Now let's just, again, I have to exclude birds or insects. So this object here has appeared at just 29 seconds right there. And this object appears right there underneath and rises up quick. So again, it could be birds that are frightened by the noise, but they seem to be behaving like the black ones. So I'll just enlarge it. Now if we see there, I'll try to get a large picture. There's a little bit of a halo around that object. You'll see 3 beams down the bottom like light beams. I'm not sure if you see it. I can't enlarge it anymore. I could actually try to do it at 2 times. So I'll just pause it. Okay, that was 2 times magnification, so we've got 3 times now. So basically we have that object there, it's got that halo around it. You'll see like, it's very hard to see in the screen, but I see 3 symmetrical lines underneath and a little bit of a halo on that black top. Now I don't know why it would produce that appearance if it's a bird, so you have to try to exclude everything. So let's go step by step. I'll try to enlarge that again and capture on screen, capture and analyze it. I see it here on the screen. I don't know if everyone else sees it. So basically as we go very, very slowly, there's that object again. It's just slightly moved. There it is there. Now it's black. And here you've got no beams or anything that appear below it, you see. So it's very small there. Let's do it again. Next step. We can go through a bit quicker and then I can just zoom in on it step by step. So there it is there. It's still, now it did something quickly. It shot to the left and then went back up again. So I'll just bring that down there. So there it is there still. It's got a little bit of a halo around it and one little black object next to it on the top at about 11 o'clock. So let's go back down. We'll readjust this so we see the exact time. And let's shoot some more. Then these 2 appear there, so they appear very quickly. That's my problem. How quick would these appear? See how they got the halo around them again? It isn't a halo produced by the camera, I think, because everything else, even though it's magnified, you'll see the pixels, it hasn't got a halo. Even the plane hasn't got much of a halo, but that has. The top one has that square halo. Now, the UFOs produce electromagnetic effect around them, or a halo. There's that one there. So that's why I'm finding this confusing. Let's do it again. Now, they are moving very quick. It could be a bird, or 2 birds. So the question is, how quick are they moving for birds? How close are they? And again, we've got this peculiar halo effect. You see how the top one looks very peculiar for a bird, and the bottom one. So it could be the wings. You have to exclude everything. It could be just the wings flapping. Okay. Let's see how quick they move now. Let's move this back down the bottom. It's very confusing. Or they could be insects close to the camera. Now the top one totally disappears. So that shouldn't happen. You've got unless the bird goes sideways, and I don't think that's it either. There's a little bit of a halo around that one. There is again, it appears. So that movement could be caused by wing flapping. disappeared. You see how that disappeared? And there it is again. The one disappears as well that appears over in 2017 during that newscast. They're travelling very quick. Now, if that's a wing flapping from a bird, it doesn't produce that appearance. It's got a very strange appearance to it. And so is that one. It's just a square, a little square. And again, it's got that halo around it. And there's no reason birds should produce the halo. So there it is there. It's the last one down the bottom. It's got that peculiar halo around it as well. It's very difficult. And the worst thing is it's a handheld phone camera. So we're even fortunate to have such clear photos. Let's go back again. So the plane goes down the bottom. So again, it could be birds are disturbed by the low-flying plane and shoot up. Possible. Now this is where we'll see one appear right there somewhere. You've got the time there so you can find it yourself too, down the bottom. There it is. Right there it appears. So there's no nearby cloud for it to be hiding behind. Could be a bird. There you see that halo around it, which I can't explain with the bird theory. It's only happening around it, not other things. You see how that's got a peculiar marking there? It's usually a telltale sign of UFOs. So I'll just move that down the bottom. So we've got an exact time on top. There's those two that begin right there. Let's do it again. I see one little one appearing right there. And it jumped very quickly. There was something up there and it came back down. There's that second one appearing out of nowhere and disappearing and appearing again. Let's go back. And I'll keep the precise timer down the bottom. There's that top one. It moves up quick. Also, we got that one on the left. And it jumps. It jumps too quick to be a bird. You see how quick it jumped? Then that one disappears totally. It comes back. Could be a bird. It disappears. A bird doesn't disappear. Disappeared totally. And there it appears again. Very tricky one to analyze. Let's do it again. You've got the time underneath it, so we'll do it that way. There it is. There's two of them there. One disappears and appears again. They're moving very quickly. I don't think birds can move that quick. Okay, we'll take it back again. There's the black object there. Let's do it. There it is there. Appears. A little bit of a V shape there. We'll try to exclude birds again right there. That's where I see that unusual glow around it. And if you tilt your screen, I've tilted now backwards. Tilt it about 20-30 degrees backwards. You'll see that precise object in the center. It's got 3 beams underneath. Precisely symmetrical. That's my problem with this image. Why does it have the beams underneath? So I'll actually enlarge that further and apply the filter on it. That shouldn't give that sort of image. Now let's pause it and go to the other UFO video. Now this is in Tulsa. So it was actually Tulsa, the way I pronounce it. I assume OK's Oklahoma, near Stillwater. So as we go, it's actually a news event. That's how it's called. UFOs caught in thunderstorm near Stillwater. OK sighting. So this is an analysis of that video. It was caught by News 6, so let's enlarge it. Here they are. Here are these black objects. Now, they don't move as quick. Mine moved a lot quicker, and these look larger. Obviously, they can disappear as well. You'll see it flash and disappear. Mine didn't have that many flashes around it. That's the problem. We can now analyze the objects a bit higher zoom. So that's that object there with that telltale flaring underneath it. If you tilt the screen back a fraction, you'll see it a lot easier. So I'm trying to process that image there, and I'll just zoom in and do it right now. That's the image there, and I'm going to process it. The process, again, is just using normal photo gallery. So I'll just enlarge it slightly so we can see the effect. And we'll just play around with the scales, highlights, contrast, shadows. And brightness. So we see those flares I was telling you about. 1, 2, 3. Symmetrical underneath. And I don't think it's just accidental, that one. That's probably the best picture there. Then we do the next one. That's the other photo. We'll go to that photo now. That's that object on the right as it moves up. And or it could be the two on the left, I'm not sure. So we got the halo around that one as well, and part of the black object there. That was the object that rose up on the right. So just try and analyze it because we've got this image there. So it's unusual because we've got a little black object on top of it right there and it looks blurred around there as well. So we'll just try to analyze it again using the system. Usually works for us. And yes, we do see two objects there that are black now. There it is there. So again, we shouldn't be seeing that blurring around the object if it was only a bird. That's the image there. Then we've got the other image coming up, which is this one. This is, you see the top one there, the bottom one there. So we'll just try to zoom in on the top one. That's got the halo around it. Definitely. There we go. Obviously, see if that effect. Yep, that one there is pretty square. Then we've got that object there. Probably too close for it to be analysed properly. Next one. Also unusual. Still probably too close. This one's interesting. It's against the blue sky, and we've got that halo effect again around it. And obviously the halo wouldn't be there if it's just a normal bird or an animal. So there we have the white halo right around it. There it is there, right down the bottom of it. So the halo's all around that object there. This is a good one too, because we see like it's very unusual shape there. Still, we've got too high a zoom really, I believe. But anyway, there's too many halos around those black objects for them to be just normal birds or objects, because the other objects there have no halos around them. So those zooms are just still shots from these frames. And obviously that was the last one there. I have to do a voiceover again, it didn't work. So we're going through this video again to see what else we can pick up, and I have picked up more things. So we watch for anything happening, and the first thing is usually that black object on the right there. So when I see anything good, obviously I zoom in 3 times using Zoom It. We found more interesting stuff now near the plane. There's 2 black objects appear next to it, and obviously we're going to zoom in on that. There's that original black one. There are the 2 black ones there, but we've now got one more extra frame that shows them disappearing and a little black one appearing on the left side of the plane. Accidentally I caught. I didn't catch it last time. Then they appear on the right again in the next frame. Then there's only one appearing high up, and you see that white halo around it. So there's that black one that seems to hover there. Now, as a bird's in the sky or anything like that, they wouldn't disappear both at once, and one hovers there for a long time. So my gut feeling is those objects were too close to the aeroplane. Even though some people might think they're birds or insects, I'm just studying how the objects behave, how they disappear, what they look like. Now there they are again. You'll see those 2 black ones. I zoom in 3 times. There, right there. And the plane is small, so who knows how large these things really are. They could be 4 or 5 feet, 3 feet, 2 feet. Obviously they could be powerful enough to affect the electromagnetic system of it and render all the electronics obsolete. There it is there when it appears on the left. Look how close it's gotten. That shot's amazing. Look at that, right on the left, about 10 to 11 o'clock, about half a centimetre away from the plane. Look at it, that black point, black dot right next to the plane. Look how close it got. That's when the plane loses control. And again, a highly skilled pilot would eject, and there's a black one on the right, appearing right there. So we're going to zoom in probably. And there's just one now. We can catch it next time around where there's 2 appearing after that one on the left. And then it becomes 1 with a white halo. Now, sorry to go through it so many times, but this is very important. That black object hovers around there for a while. Then we've got the objects there on the right. We have to zoom in. There's none there in this shot. And the important thing is to see that right next to it. I didn't capture that in the first analysis I posted on YouTube. That object appearing right on the left-hand side, I didn't see it. So that's how tricky it is to catch this. Every little dot is important here. Here they are again, appearing and disappearing. And appearing again. So they couldn't just disappear both at once. There they are on the right-hand side. These objects, I believe, are very important, and they cause the plane to lose control. And again, an experienced pilot would have jumped out. Okay, there is that little object right to the next to it. If the plane is probably about 60 feet or 70 feet, that could be 4 or 5 feet, that object. So it could do a lot of damage being that close to it. Not physical damage, but affecting the controls. And there it is on the right. You see them quickly appear, disappear. The black objects there on the left. And then after the next frame, they appear on the right again. So you can't just have two objects on the right disappearing, one object's on the left, and they appear back again on the right. It's not typical for a flying creature. It will just follow a normal movement across the sky. It wouldn't do all these sort of things. Are they insects close to the camera lens? I doubt it. We have a halo around it. There they are there. They've moved to the left. And there's that black one there. So all the time these ones are quickly moving to the left and right of the plane. The one on the right just seems to go, and there it rises up on the right. You see it rise up. And there are the two on far to the left. I think I might zoom in here. That's it. They've gone pretty far to the left of the object, and there it is on the right. The one on the right seems to hover for a while. Same as the one in Tulsa, but they were very large. One hovered, and then two seemed to move up, then one disappeared. That was in 2017 after this event. And they were a lot larger. These ones are very tiny. Obviously they're filmed from far away, so when I say tiny, in theory they could be 4 or 5 feet. If a plane would be 50, 60 feet or whatever. So there they are on the right. Now they disappear. And there they are. That's a very good shot where two are precisely above the plane. That's an excellent shot right there. They're very close to that plane. Excellent shot. And again, that's the precise time the plane loses control. So out of all the videos I've filmed before, there's peculiar objects appearing next to military planes, including the Tupolev, the Nimrod, United States airplanes. They're either black rods or these black objects or white orbs, and then they lose total control. And the pilots just can't eject, yet they're trained. First thing that goes wrong is to eject. Okay, here we are, one other image, same one. There it is there. I'm repeating this a lot because it'll show you now how they disappeared. Right there, they're gone. That one's on the right moving up. Very quick now. It hovered and then it just moved very quickly. And it's got that halo around it. A very, very precise halo. There, the two are pretty far away now. There. Okay, we're going to zoom in. And that top one on the left, we'll see like two lines come out of it as it's spinning at high speed. Just move it down. It looks like a tumbling motion, spinning motion. There it is again, and it had that white, it had that line streak out of it. There it is again, that line on the top left. We'll actually zoom in on that. See that line there? It seems to be spinning. On one image there's two lines coming out at 45 degrees, and on this image there's only one line coming out. To me, they're very unusual objects, the way they behave. Not like birds flying through the sky. They're going very rapidly, they disappear, then one appears on left of the plane, then they reappear. There it is there. The top one, you'll see a very precise, and a bottom one have these lines coming out. I don't think they're wings. So I'll just zoom in again. I think this analysis is very important because we're looking at these objects, how they behave, and get close to this plane before it loses control, then move away quickly. So here we go again, they're on the right. There they are again, on the right, disappearing. Next frame we should catch them on the left. There it is, one little one right to the left of it. I'll have to enlarge that photo in process. That just to see that object to the left of it. They're travelling very high speed, and they would have been very hard to pick up by a naked eye, especially when I have to repeat so many frames to catch important times. Again, the same routine. On the right, you'll see the object hover in the center, then two appear out of nowhere on the right side of that aeroplane. Then they disappear, then one appears on the left. They disappear on the left, then appear back on the right, then they move away very quickly to the left and have like a spinning motion with rods or something like that sticking out of them, or flaps or something similar. Again, I memorized the pattern. It's a very unusual pattern. The halos are unusual. There they are now. That's that magic shot. It's taken me 10 freeze frames to get it again. I got in the first episode. That's that halo, beautiful halo around the black one and the little white light underneath or whatever, or halo effect. There it is. And that was analysed in the first one. That is an excellent catch. It took me ages to catch it again. That's how quick these things move. And they're not happening anywhere else to be just artifacts. They're happening near that plane before it loses control. So that's the best I can do for this episode. This is the image that I didn't catch before. This is the image. Unfortunately, the plane becomes pixelated. Let's just try to capture this object, how close it is. The object is there. Definitely there. We can just try to reduce the size of the plane, but it's still blurry, but there it is. It's very close. I'll try to make it a bit more bright. That's probably the best image right there. And that's the image there. Obviously, they're very close. Right there.